Alright, here we go, man. What's up, YouTube? It's me, it's Maverick. It's your boy, we're back for another video. Just like everybody else has been doing, the chatter of sports right now, outside of the NFL playoffs, is the ESPN Top 100 list. I am a Mavericks fan, so kind of sucks to see my boy over here. But they paid him and then said, "Sorry, bro, you gotta go." So I respect that from Cuban. I respect that a lot. But it sucks. The end of an era, finally. The last player from our championship team. It is what it is. But, let's get on to this. I've seen some of this, rankings on Twitter. I know how ridiculous it is. We all know ESPN. We all wonder if they know what they're talking about. So, Joe Harris, Marcus Morris. You figure for somebody getting paid $64 million, he'd be a lot higher. At least above Otto Porter Jr. I know he went to the Bulls from the Wizards, but I completely forgot about him. Derek White. And there's probably going to be a lot of San Antonio Spurs. A little low, because they're not going to be that good this year. Marc Gasol. He's up there in age. He's getting up there. And he wasn't that good in the bubble. So I can see why. The drop off from 61 to 96. This is a surprise. I know his numbers are dropping, but 95 with Marcus Aldridge, he can still shoot, crash, get rebounds. He's still the Spurs' second best player. So if they're winning, he's gonna be in the mix. So 95 is there's not that many people better than him. Jared Allen, 94. His potential, he just needs more touches, which he may or may not get with Irving playing the full season and Kevin Durant. So 94 is fine, but we all know how good he is. Rubio, 93. Timberwolves. I think he's starting alongside D'Lo. So if that's the case, 93 is very low for somebody as good as Rubio has been lately. Mitchell Robinson, 92, is fine. I mean, it's the Knicks. They're not good. They won't be for a while. So I can see that for him. Seth Curry. I mean, he's gone up. He wasn't even ranked last year. And the floor will be spaced very well. Danny Green. You still got Tobias Harris. So, if he continues to improve, because he was really good last year, I can see him moving up. Pat Bev, fine. Joe Ingles, okay. With Bogdanovic in there now. So I can see why he's so low. Jeremiah Grant, Buddy Hield. For somebody as popular as he was during free agency, and everybody wanted, to pick him up, there was 5 or 6 teams interested in picking him up, you figured he'd be higher for the kind of sniper that he is. Brook Lopez. One of the best defensive centers in the league. He can shoot. I think 86 is low. But we'll see. Gallo, I mean, he went up from 91 to 85, but now he's in Atlanta. There's 2, 3, 4 power forwards there now. You got Gallo, Capella, John Collins. Trying to think, they just got somebody else too. The name is just it's tip of my tongue. I don't remember. See John Collins. I can see why him and Gallo, whoever gets more touches. Jonte Murray, like I said, a lot of Spurs is going to be pretty low because they're just not going to be that good this year. They're the team that didn't even get better in the West. So I can see that. See, now DeRozan, he's the Spurs' best player. So if the Spurs are doing anything, right? Because we know the Spurs will be 10, 11 around there for the Spurs, right? I know Popovich just lost his his wife, so I don't know if he's coaching at all. I don't think there's a decision made on that yet. But if Pop is still coaching, he'll have him 10th, 11th seed. I don't see how, with DeRozan being their best player, he's 82nd. That's just me. John Wall, he's ahead of some really good players for somebody that hasn't played in two seasons. They probably looked at his gym footage and they're going off that. Josh Richardson, 3-and-D in Dallas now. Luca will make him a better shooter as he has with everybody else. That's fine. Schroeder, 79 might be too low. I think he's the third option now on the Lakers. This might be too low. Aaron Gordon, yeah, he was 40. They had him at 45 last year. He fell off. He's only 25, but he's not getting any better. So he has to figure it out. If not, I don't know. He's a great dunker. That's about it from what I've seen lately. Oh. No. How do you even have him above Schroeder? Schroeder. How do you even have him above him? KCP. I know Laker fans don't even have him up here. He's alright. He could shoot, play some defense, but you got LeBron, AD, Avery Bradley, I think is still back. Is coming back. Come on. I don't know. It's way too high. Laker fans didn't even want him on the roster the first half of the season. No way. Montrezl Harrell, fine. I think he's gonna play a huge part. To be playing alongside LeBron and AD. Unless he's coming off the bench. Is he coming off the bench? I don't know what their starting lineup is yet. But regardless, he's gonna be playing a huge role. Duncan Robinson. I know he can shoot. You got people going crazy already comparing him to Klay Thompson. I don't know what else he can do other than shoot. I didn't see the hype. Nobody hyped him up this much before the bubble, so I don't know. I just think it's all bubble hype because the Heat made it to the finals. So I think it's just all bubble hype, but we'll see. Potential is there because obviously he can shoot. Shooters are the future of the league right now. Miles Turner, fine. 74, I think that's fine. A lot of the Indiana Pacers are gonna fall off because the team as a whole just didn't get better. Bogdanovic, that's fine. I think that's fine. I think he can be higher. For somebody like him that can shoot as well as he does on that Jazz team, I think he should be higher, but that's fine. PJ Tucker, 72. For his age, I don't see his potential being higher than Bogdanovic's, but he's a stretch 4. I think you'll see way more shot attempts now because now you got John Wall, Eric Gordon's still there, James Harden, but I think the addition of John Wall will open him up a lot more. Now you got Boogie, and if Boogie's playing how Boogie plays, he's gonna get more touches, more shots. So I guess I can see 72. Higher than last year. I can see it. It just has to happen. Conley, if he fits on the team and how they're run, fine. But the way he played last year, he should have been in that 91 to 100 range. No offense. I've enjoyed Conley when he was on Memphis. Grit and grind. I enjoyed that Mike Conley. How he played last year, sure he got hurt, but I didn't see it. Steven Adams, he's a walking double-double. That's fine. D'Lo from 26, I think that's a huge drop-off. He's playing with another borderline superstar in Cat. I think he should be higher. If the Timberwolves are even in the playoff race at all, 7 through 7, 8, 9, in that little play-in tournament to get in, I think he should be higher. OG, for somebody that wasn't even ranked last year, 68, that's very good. He looked really good last year too. Very good defender. He just has to take that next jump on offense. Then I can see the 68. Eric Bledsoe, we already know what he brings. He just kind of has to be that little mentor now for Lonzo. 6'7" might be a little too high, but that's fine. Ibaka, we already know what he brings. Stretch, I guess a stretch 5 now. He's not a stretch 4 anymore. Block shots at the rim. He's pretty much their third option now. Pick and pop with Kawhi or PG. That's fine. Blake, 65. Injuries is pushing him back, so we don't even know how good he's going to be since he's just always injured. I don't think Kevin Love is above Blake, Serge. I think Kevin Love is a little too high, but we still know what Kevin Love can do. We don't watch Cleveland games. I haven't seen any. I don't even think they're on TV. I'm in New York. I don't think I'll ever see Kevin Love on TV. But if they value winning at all, Kevin Love is very high. TJ Warren, that's fine. Like I said, he wasn't even ranked last year, and he was pretty decent last year. 63, especially for what he did in the bubble. Man was a scoring machine, literally, in the bubble for the Pacers. Bogdanovic. Oh, okay, so this is the other guy they got. I didn't want to just say out a name. So he's another piece that they got that'll lose touches for the other Hawks players. It's crazy. The Kings just let him go for free. 74 to 62. Yep, deserving. Look at him. He's flexing. He's flexing that new rank. Bertans. With Westbrook now, he's gonna be demanding double teams. Then you got I was about to say Bledsoe. Demanding double teams. You got Beal, who's gonna demand a lot of attention now. Now that he has a duo, a sidekick now because Wall's been hurt for God knows how long. He's gonna get a lot of shot attempts. I can see it. Rocco. I actually really love this pickup for the Blazers. I'm a Mavs fan, so I'm not trying to see other teams get better, but I appreciate Lillard and his game. So he's a player I would like to see be more successful than making it to the playoffs, first round exit, second round exit. Somebody you would want to see win a ring, right? So obviously their team needs to get better. A pickup like Rocco, it's great to see Melo accepting the fact that he has to be the sixth man now, and a player like Rocco would actually help the team. 97 to 60, well deserving. Tyler Hero. Outside of the bubble, I knew of him. I saw the hype from the bubble. Obviously, he looks like he can play. I just don't think I saw enough from the 59. But there's a lot of people that showed out in the bubble. Because now you're forced to watch, certain teams that you probably wouldn't watch. Dragic, if we're going off potential alone, just off potential because they're on the same team, I would put Hero above Dragic, even though we know what Dragic brings to the table. There's just way more upside for Hero. Tobias Harris, he dropped off a lot. There was a lot of potential, but Philly dropped off a lot, so I can see the drop off. Zach LaVine, until the Bulls make the playoffs, he probably won't go up if he value winning at all. Christian Wood, Lonzo at 54. He played really good last year, second half of the season when he finally figured it out. It's just, can he do it for a whole season? If so, he's going to go up. I actually liked watching him play on the Pelicans with Brandon Ingram, and now if Zion can play a full season, be a pretty good team. Set up for the future. Nurkic, he can definitely play. I just feel like every time I'm watching the Blazers, he's just always hurt. But we all know how good he is. Ayton. Didn't he miss some time last year? But I think playing alongside CP3 will actually make him better. So you can see his value go up for next year. Michael Porter. He was actually really good in the bubble last season. Really good watching his game. Let's just go up and find 50 to 100. I don't know, 50 to 1. Or 50 to 11. Sabonis, he went up. He was really good last year. I liked watching him play. Dinwiddie, I think he's their third or fourth option. But if the Nets, they're gonna need him. Like I said, what's his role? Depends what his role is, but He can be pretty good. Coming off the bench for Irving, like as a 6-man or playing the 2. Kemba. He was disappointing last year in the playoffs. A little disappointing. So I can see the drop off. Like, you didn't see superstar Kemba. It was just like he was a borderline all-star, if that. Right? Instead of a first option, he was a third or fourth option in the playoffs. Like, I was even asking, like, is he hurt? Like, is he even playing? Because I just didn't see him. It felt like he disappeared. So, Oladipo. Well, he was hurt for the majority of the year. But when he's playing, he was good. But I don't even think they're building around him anymore, which is why he wanted out. I think that's like, what's the bonuses team now? So, but we all know how Oladipo can play when he's healthy. Karis LeVert. Oh, he's going to be the starting 2, right? With Dinwiddie coming off the bench. So, like I said, if the Nets are good, they're going to need Dinwiddie and LeVert. So I can see his value at, 46. Gordon Hayward. He's going to get more burn now on the Hornets, so I can see his numbers going up. But I don't see anything that warranted him going up or even being top 50. Like, I didn't see that when he was in the Celtics. But that's because he was also, like, the 4th or 5th option on that team. So, I don't know. But he was, he wasn't bad. Like I said, I just don't see how he's top 50 from what I watched the Celtics. Draymond at 44. This is the guy averaging triple single, whatever Charles Barkley said, right? Triple single, something like that. But if the Warriors are going to be good, he has to be good. So I think that's just what they're assuming. Like, if the Warriors are good, if they're making the playoffs, it's Curry, it's Draymond, it's Wiggins. So he's going to have to play a part. Jaren Jackson Jr. Yeah, he was pretty good. He just, has to crash the boards more. But the Grizzlies, can be pretty good. Vucevic, if they value winning at all, then yeah, I can see why Vucevic is low, even though I think he's their best player. KP, coming off an injury, and I just don't think Dallas uses him right. I think he should post up some more instead of being a spot-up shooter, so I can see why he went down to, from 34 to 41. I'm so glad he's top 50. He's talented. He just has to stay healthy, but he's still having surgery, so that's why they brought him down because of injuries. Fred VanVleet, congrats to him for his new contract. Wasn't he undrafted, right? He went undrafted, and now he's their, I don't want to say a star player, but he's their brand player now. Like, they had Lowry. But I think it's him and Siakam, right? Siakam? Yeah. It's those two. Brogdon was pretty good last year. Oh, sorry. Brogdon, he looked pretty good last year in the bubble with the Pacers before they got swept. But before that, they were pretty good. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He was actually, for the few Thunder games that I watched, he was very exciting to watch. Very exciting. So very deserving of the 64. He looked pretty good last year, even in the playoffs. Even though they lost in the first round, he looked pretty good. Marcus Smart. I think that's too high. Way too high. I wouldn't have him in my top 50. As I think he's decent, really decent. I just don't think he's better than a lot of these players. I don't know. Especially, was it the 3rd or 4th option? I think that's too high. This right here is probably the first one I can say that's completely disrespectful. Very disrespectful. This was one of the ones that I saw on Twitter where they just put certain players and they just, not the whole list, but they just put certain people. This was one of them. Highly disrespectful. No way. No way he's below top 25. He went from 12 to 36. Yes, I guess he's on a worse team, so if you value winning, fine. But this high? No, that's... No way. No way. I don't know. Like I said, if you value winning, like this, yes, he's the second best player on the best team in the East. He's also probably the second or best player on his team. But I don't see how Middleton can score. Yes. I don't see how he's better than Westbrook. I don't see it. He's a better shooter. It's probably it. But yes, as they already said here, if the Bucks make it to the finals, like, he's their second option, and he's gonna have to play. He's gonna have to show out. I don't see the Wizards making the finals, but this is disrespectful, and I don't think Middleton's better than him. Not saying he can't play, but I don't think he's better than Westbrook. The Aaron Fox, like, this is just off potential alone. He shot 29% from 3. That's like close to Westbrook's percentage. Maybe not yet. I don't think, like, they're going off potential alone. I don't think Fox is better than Westbrook. Drew Holiday, he's a better defender. He's on a better team. He's on the Bucks now. Yeah, so he's a better defender. I think he's their third best player on the Bucks now. And if you value winning, fine. I can see why he's above Westbrook because of the role he's going to play alongside Giannis and Middleton. But that Westbrook spot is so disrespectful. This is another one. I feel like every time I watch Jaylen Brown, I'm just disappointed. Because they just gave him all this money, and he's not putting up. I just don't see it in Jaylen Brown just yet. But that's just me for the few Celtics games I've been able to watch. Like, I'm just not impressed. Like, I feel like he needs to take a few steps from, like, they paid him superstar money, and he's not. He's not even an all-star yet. But I guess with the 32 rank, they're giving him that superstar potential. Like, that's just what they see. I don't see it yet. So 32 is way too high. John Morant. He was so good last year. He was so good. I can see 31. 7 assists. I keep comparing everybody to Westbrook. I don't know, but he's good. He was fantastic last year. Right? Didn't they lose the last game of the season, and he dropped like 40 plus, and they didn't make the playoffs off that last game? Like, he has it in him. I liked what I saw. Let me just start comparing everybody to Westbrook. And you brought him up from 39 to 30? I mean, if the Raptors are gonna win as many games as they are, and he's one of the cornerstone pieces, even at 34, I think this is way too high above all the names I mentioned from 30 to 40. I don't know. I don't know what they see. Is he gonna get better? I don't know what he can do at 34 to get better. Trey Young, I mean, with how the pieces that they got, Trey Young just has to do what he's already been doing, and I feel like the Hawks will be 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, in that range in the play-in tournament. I can see that. Obviously, they didn't even bring him up, so he's around where he's at now, like top 25-ish. I can see that for right now. He just has to improve just a little bit. If he takes the next step, I can see his value going up next year. Brandon Ingram, he balled out last year. Okay, this is fine. I might have dropped him a little low. I would have put him a little higher, like, top 25-ish and lower, but he earned every bit of that money that they gave him. And he is... I don't put Zion as the best player just yet. I still think that's Ingram until Zion proves it. Yes, Zion's potential and the hype that he's generating right now. He's obviously the number one guy on Pelicans, but Ingram to me is still their best player. I think 28 is fine. 56 to 28. deserving. CJ McCollum, he went down because he kind of disappeared a little bit here and there, and Lillard had to carry, but he's still top 30 in my opinion. This is fine. I don't look at from 13 to 27 as like a big deal as it looks. I still think he's really good. Rudy Gobert. They dropped him off because of Rona, and he started it. Nah, but 26 is fine for like a defensive player of the year. If he can show something on the offensive side of the ball other than, you know, like what does Flight say? He just dunks. So if he continues to do what he does, I think top 30 is fine for Gobert. I think 14 was too high. Kyrie. I think playing alongside Kevin Durant, his stats will go down as he's going to have to distribute the ball more. So top 25 is fine for Kyrie, even though I think he should be like around like top 15-ish. But I think his stats will go down. And especially he's coming off an injury as well. Pascal Siakam. Siakam, guys, I know. He didn't go up at all. I think people were expecting for him to take that next leap, which he didn't. I think he might be actually a little too high. I think he might be like in that top 40 range, because I didn't see him take that next step. Cat top 25. Okay. Like now he just has to show that he can win. That's pretty much what it is, and then I can see his thing go down. But if they value winning at all, I can see why he's at 23. Bradley Beal, really good last year. But if they value winning at all, I can see why he's 22. I just think the Wizards just wasn't talked about at all last year because there was just no reason to. So if you value winning at all, I can see why he's 22. Jamal Murray. I'm surprised he's not lower with how well he played last year in the bubble. I'm surprised. Like, definition of balling out last year in the bubble. 21 deserving, but I'm surprised he's not lower with how ESPN is. Paul George. Yeah, he's only at 20 for his postseason performance, so I think 20 is fine. We know he has the potential to be top 10. Like we know this. We all know. We've all seen PG at his best. Bro, the Zion hype is real. I saw this and I was like, bro, they're trying to give Zion the LeBron treatment right now. Like ESPN at least. Like 19 is just way too high because he hasn't shown anything other than like his high school footage and the very, very minimum we got when he played last year. Does he have the potential? Yes. It hasn't been shown yet. But we'll wait and see. He's ahead of a lot of people who are currently better. But we already know this list is potential for the end of the year. Mitchell, okay, deserving, top 20, really good. Devin Booker, 17. I don't know if I put him above Mitchell, but we already know Booker. He can shoot. He can score. We know this. It's just, can he put it together and, can they win? Can they even sniff the postseason? Ben Simmons. We know what a healthy Ben Simmons can do. I personally don't like his game. But I'm going to show him the respect and say, like, top 20. Fine. I don't know. I don't think there's any point guards in the East better than him. Well, Kyrie, right? I think Kyrie, when healthy, is better than Ben Simmons. I just think Ben Simmons is probably a better defender. Kyrie's a better ball handler, better shooter. Ben Simmons, I think they're both equally as good finishing around the rim because Ben Simmons is, look how big this dude is. But, 16, fine. I just don't like the fact that he's so much more ahead of Kyrie. Chris Paul. Not that he's bad. I don't think he's better than a lot of the names we just mentioned. Especially at his age. Like, if you're just going off of leadership for a Suns team that might not make the playoffs anyway. But then again, we said that about OKC, so we'll see. Joel Embiid. This is just the drop-off from 8 to 14 is just the fact that they got swept in the first round. Bam Adebayo. Really good. Really good. I don't know if he's this high up as well as he was. Like, he was really good in the bubble. I don't know if he's that good. Okay, I had Butler in the top 10. I had him Butler top 10. Who am I taking out? I guess we'll find out. But I have him top 10 for how well he played. I completely respect Butler's game. From Minnesota to Philly to the Heat. I didn't like him in Chicago. I didn't like his game in Chicago. Like, I didn't respect, like, I don't know. I guess I didn't want to say, like, I don't respect him. I just, maybe that wasn't worded properly. But he won me over as a fan for how well he played in the postseason on the Sixers. And on the Heat, he took it another level. Like, look at this stat line. Like, he shows that he can be that dominant scorer. He just not his game. Off potential, I can see Tatum being above Butler, but at this moment, like I said, this is for the end of the season. Like, their rankings for the end of the season, but right now, I have Butler above Tatum. Tatum 11 is fine, just off potential. Like, he has it. He has that it factor. Alright, I gotta go up. Top 10. Let's see, top 10. Top 10 players. Alright, let's see. Jokic. For a big man that can, score, pass. I could see top 10, especially with how, he was amazing last year in the bubble. He was amazing, and he was fantastic before that. So top 10, fine. Above Butler, yeah, I can see that. James, this far down? You got Luca above Harden? Okay, well, this is for the end of the season. At the end of the season, fine, I can say Luca will be above Harden. I keep thinking about going into the season. I wouldn't have Harden above Luca just yet, even for a Mavs fan like me. But with Wall and Boogie, his stats won't be the same, right? Especially, it's not a D'Antoni offense, so I can see that now. I can see it. Curry, he didn't play last year. There's no Clay. We don't know what we're gonna get from Steph Curry just yet, so I can see 8. It's a little. They're being cautious with that 8. Like, they wanted him top 10, but they weren't sure if he was top 5 just yet. Lillard 7. I mean, he was good. He was probably one of the bubble MVPs. Like, he was really good last year, and especially in the bubble, he stepped it up another notch. KD. Okay, I can see him not being top 5 because of injuries. But if it's half of Kevin Durant that we got from when he was on the Warriors, I can see 6. I can see him also falling below Curry. So it just depends how he comes back from his Achilles injury. Not top 5. Kawhi 5th? They gave him this because he got eliminated by the Nuggets in the second round. That's the only reason why he got 5. Only reason. They're just being petty right now. Oh, they're on the Luca hype train. They put him above Kawhi. They're on the Luca hype train. If Luca has a season everybody's expecting him to have, I can see 4. I can see that. Top 5 player, I can see that already. I need a Luca jersey, bro. I can't wait till I get one. I'm waiting for that white and gold. That's what I'm waiting for them to come out. Giannis at number 3. Okay. I can see that. He'll go back to top 2 or number 1 if he makes a deep playoff run. I think that's just what they're waiting for right now. It's just like, show it to us. I think that's what it is. Then top 2 is, AD, LeBron. Yeah. I didn't have Kawhi below Luca though. I didn't see that coming. That's very surprising. Top 3, not a surprise. It was just wondering who was going to be number 2, Giannis or AD, right? So you put AD above Giannis, which is fine. I think I'd have AD above Giannis. He has more of a complete game in my opinion. They both can guard all 5 positions. I just think AD is a better shooter. Giannis is just a better finisher at the rim. But let me know where you think I'm wrong at. If you change anything, if you think I'm wrong, state it below. I love talking sports. This video took me close to 35 minutes. I tried to speed it up a little bit, but I just want to talk. That's what I do. LeBron number 1. I still think LeBron's the best player in the league. He hasn't slowed down, especially at 35. He's like anybody above 30 right now. He's the only one playing at his level. He just doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon. But so yeah, I definitely agree with the LeBron, AD, Giannis, Luca, Kawhi. By the end of the season, that would be my top 5 as well. Sorry, that was my stream I just finished before I did this video. But yeah, if you like the video, I'm gonna put out more sports content, whether it's 2K, football, basketball. If you like what I said, or if you just enjoyed my rants that I just went on for 35 minutes, click the like button. Let me know what you want to see next. Let me know where you disagreed or agreed with me at. Let me know. Let's talk. Have a good night.